Hello once again, friends. So, about a short box all together is about a good time to catch up on stuff I got around different comic shops and whatnot. Not whatnot the app, but different comic shops, etc. for the past like month or so. All right, let's go. So for each location, I'll start with like cheapest and then go towards more expensive stuff at the end. How about that? Generally, 204 comics. These are 50 cent comics. There's bargain bins there, and the stuff that's bagged are $1 in that section. But anyway, Charlton Comics Ghostly Tales number 119. You know, I always love the Charlton and modern horror. They're always a good time. Lone Ranger and Tonto number 1. Getting into this, and it seems pretty dark. Kind of good. We'll see if it's worth keeping, though. Some beat up romance comics, but they're fun. Young Love number 53. 12 center, but real beat up. 50 cent? Okay, it finally happened. I read some Grendel. Maybe a little late to the party, but it was, what was it called? War Child. And holy crap, I loved it. It's so crazy how much I like couldn't put that down. Um yeah, I really loved that. To summarize, it was really action packed and um what's this, enthralling, like you're invested in the characters and moments. And the other thing I like, even though it might be when comics are written with a storyline that is like for trade paperback kind of, or an ongoing kind of bigger story, I like when individual comics still have like good beats though. Like there's still action, there's still good drama, characterization and stuff per issue. So that's one thing that I really appreciated about that. But anyway, it got me on this Matt Wagner little bit of a kick. I'll like finally try some. And the same thing happened with these. I got these 50 cent Zorros, like a stack of like about 20 or something for $10. So not too bad. He does the writing and art direction on these from Dynamite. This is, yeah, I stayed up past my bedtime. I couldn't put these down either. This is Zorro number 3, number 4, number 5. Just couldn't put these down. Number 6. Good heroism, good villains being very villainous. Number 7. And again, even though it's like an overarching story, maybe like story arcs that are 4, 6, or 8 issues. I can't quite recall. I think the first one was like 8 issues. But anyway, even though it's that big, each comic keeps you really invested and entertained. So I really like that a lot. It's really good stuff. Number 8, number 9, number 10, maybe missing like 1 or 2 here or there. Number 11, this I believe went up to 20 issues. Number 12, number 13, number 14, number 16, number 17, number 18, number 19, and number 20. Some more Zorro, this time by Don McGregor and Mike Mayhew. That was the team mainly on the Topps era as well. This is Zorro Matanzas, forgive my pronunciation, issue number 1 of 4, 2, nice cover, 3, and 4. What else did we get? Zorro Rides Again. Let's keep getting some of this Matt Wagner Zorro. He did the cover. Did he do the... Yeah, the writing too. Zorro Rides Again number 2, number 3, number 4. I don't know if this would be like epic or like rereadable for a lot of people, but these are keepers for me. I think they're probably something that I will like read again, like years from now, probably. Number 5, number 6. In the dollar bin, Xenozoic Tales number 11, which is pretty cool, but this is like wavy, maybe some moisture damage and ripped on the cover. So not like an extra copy, but probably not worth giving to a friend or trying to resell. So this will probably just go into the Holloway giveaway for kids bin. Always give them some candy and let them choose some comic books every year, when possible. Keep it alive, keep the dream alive, man. The hobby of comics. Grendel, Devil's Reign. I'm just trying these out. because these were, even though these are just number ones, these are all they had there. Aside from the old Kamigo ones, which is still impenetrable to me. Also, Grendel Devil's Reign number 1 for a toonie. Grendel Tales featuring Devil's Hammer number 1. I think people say the Grendel Tales are like the ones you should probably just skip though, but I'm not sure. Grendel Devil's Odyssey with a weird Virgin variant. I think this is from New York Comic Con Virgin, like a diamond giveaway or something like that. Pretty cool though, $3. I don't know what this is like worth, but so far this is along with like one of the more fun ones to read. The same Grendel, I guess, that was in Warchild, Grendel Prime, so I'll be looking for these. Yeah. From Mighty Comics, some back issues. Airboy, I saw this as like a cool glacy cover, and the cover looks awesome, but reading it I was like, whatever, kind of. maybe I'm just like not familiar with Airboy. Chuck Dixon on the writing, and it also has the heap, so I kind of just wanted to try a random modern issue of Airboy, and I saw it had the heap as well, but this was just kind of whatever. So the art's pretty cool though. Yeah, that heap art is pretty nice. Oh yeah, wordless comic too. Always appreciate those. I think this was like $2. Conan the Cimmerian, number 0, with Tim Truman doing Conan's. Alright guys, playing for the big leagues now, buying some valuable stuff. This is like near mint though, Uncanny X-Men 141, a big comic, for me anyways. You know, I don't really usually spend big bucks on stuff, but he sold me this for $55, which is probably what it should be. I think in like, according to my comic shop, that would be like the American VG price. So this is kind of, you know, I'm kind of only buying that really valuable stuff that I want, if it's like a steal. So yeah, the X-Men run continues to grow and reach more completion, but towards like the older era now. 143. Congratulate me. Well, I don't care, whatever. But I was like, wow, I can't believe I got that. 143. 145, maybe a sought after issue. Okay, from the used, I guess I'm kind of, okay, I'm doing like back issues before trade paperbacks, so it's not exactly less valuable to more valuable at some of these places. My bad. Appleseed, illustration and data by Sharel Masmoudi. These have like a lot of kind of like concept and promotional art, I believe. Pretty awesome. I love Masmoudi Sharel. And I promise you, I'm not a Johnny Come Lately to this. I've got lots of his porno too. Shouldn't have said that word. YouTube will definitely punish me, but over the years, you know, you gotta curate the arts. But yeah, get more of this stuff. This has a lot of good art, and I should have actually put some post-its on this in preparation, but please forgive me for not doing so this time. He's very prolific, so he's got tons of really nice art out there. I think there's like no pictures of him or something online though. No, he's like very mysterious, if memory serves me. Okay, here's a cool one that I'll crack open and give you guys a look inside. Richard Stark's Parker, the Hunter, adapted and illustrated by Darwin Cook. So maybe you guys have seen the movie. Let's flip through while I'm talking. Maybe you guys have seen the movie Payback with Mel Gibson. There was also a movie, I almost want to say it was starring James Coburn, but I always get them mixed up. It was actually Lee Marvin that played this same character as that Payback, and I believe Robert Duvall played that same character in The Outfit. He's a heist man, like a bank and armored car type robber, and some cold hard-boiled stuff, man. It rules. I think it says here that the name Parker was never allowed to be used by the author in previous adaptations, but maybe he liked Darwin Cook's adaptations so much that for the first time his character is allowed to be called Parker. These are so shit hot, man. I like, as soon as you start reading them, you can't put them down. This is some great stuff. Just right up my alley for that kind of dark, hard-boiled crime stuff. Definitely an anti-hero, a very cold-hearted guy. This is great and stuff. And I'm not very familiar with Darwin Cook either, but this is pretty awesome. I think a lot of people say that he's influenced by, say, like Alex Toth or what's the other dude's name? Bruce Timm. But either way, a lot of classic kind of illustration. I'd say that this looks kind of like that old like 50s or 40s style stuff too. Only 3 colors, black, white, and blue, and it's great. It's so good. It reads so good too. So these were in the used trade paperback area for half of the US cover price, $12.50 for each of these. Yeah, definitely want more. Getting towards the end of reading Rachel Rising, and he had the whole set there from that recent collection that came in of these old trade paperbacks, but I left the first 4 there because I had those already. I just got the this one here, number 6, Secrets Kept, and a weird hardcover Tale of One Bad Rat by Brian Talbot, which is, it looks like this is like a UK version. No American price on here, just pounds. British, proper British in it. Oh, this has somebody's personal papers. This is fucking heart-wrenching stuff, man. This is awesome. Brian Talbot's pretty masterful. Worth a read to anybody. A classic, modern classic, probably. Okay, Red River Books. I'm always trading stuff there. When I was there this time, they were like, "What do you got to trade?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. I'll actually just like buy stuff." I was like, they were looking at me like, "What the heck's going on? You didn't bring stuff in to trade?" But they're like a church to me, man. I love those guys. Got to give them some real cash sometimes. Salmon Twitch Case Files number 2 and number 3. Shout out Rosla talking about these. So got me kind of checking them out, but I think she said they're not that good anymore. Or maybe it wasn't like, did she even say that she found maybe it wasn't worth her while that she read all these? But I did, from some of the first 6, I did enjoy them a lot and really want to check them out more. Alright, I saw this had a Kevin Eastman cover, Wolverine Blood Hunt number 1. I didn't even see this Blood Hunt, but I was like, cool, a Kevin Eastman variant. And this is on their new releases, so I guess sometimes they're a little disorganized, but that's kind of part of the charm of the place. But this is actually like a year old. The writer Tom Waltz from Last Ronin, TMNT, Juan Jose Rip on the art. That seems like a good team. However, I did just read this right before recording this video, and it's whatever. I don't know. Some reason, a lot of Marvel stuff, when they have like, oh, it's a crossover with vampires or aliens or predators, it just reads like fanfic to me. And I'm sorry, I'm a hater, man. It just seems like inconsequential, or like it doesn't belong, like it's not real. I know it's probably not canon, but it also just seems like it's just random. The hate never ends here on this channel. But also got this Wolverine Max number 1. This is Wolverine series that I seem to like, a lot of these Max ones. So I have some of the later ones around the teens, and I liked those, so I'll grab this one. Okay, back to 204 Comics, the 50-cent bins again. And maybe reading these is influencing me. Now, man, life as a pedestrian in the inner city, I actually did get into a fight today. Maybe it's because of reading these. Lone Ranger, a little bit of an altercation, and don't worry, I won, and the whole bus applauded. No, they didn't applaud, but a lot of old people were presenting the fist to dap me up. I got hit one time on the jaw, though. Luckily, it didn't hurt. Most people, when they hit you, it doesn't hurt. It's one thing to realize. Reading too many Lone Ranger and Zorro. I should probably take some martial arts, though, because it seems like things like these will continue to happen to me. Watch out there, guys. Anyways, story time's over, I guess. Lone Ranger number 0. Yeah, big stack of these for like $10 for like 20 of these. Number 2, Lone Ranger and Tonto. Number 3, number 4, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12. Nice Cassidy covers. I don't know if I'm gonna keep these necessarily. I know I'm gonna keep the Zoros. I've only read a couple of these, and they're kind of like, it's weird how dark they are, and they're kind of like paranormal too so far, the first couple issues I've read. Number 13, but they were standalone issues as well. I don't know if these have like more overarching stories. I appreciate standalone comics for sure. Number 14, number 15, number 16, number 18, number 19, number 20, number 21, number 22, 23. Did this only go up to like 24 if memory serves? Let's see here. Or maybe 25. 24. I think it goes up to 25 actually. Lone Ranger, The Death of Zorro. I really hope Zorro doesn't die in this. Oh man, I'm a little bit like, I think I might have read spoilers. I hope those are like a red herring. Lone Ranger, The Death of Zorro number 2. Missing number 1. Number 3. Number 4. And number 5 of 5. $1 for a copy of Somerset Homes, sure. These are in $1.50 bins everywhere. But a good story. Bruce Jones and Brent Anderson. Good stuff. Oh yeah, and Al Williamson backups. Second appearance of Gru. Star Slayer number 5. Maybe there's an ad in Star Slayer number 4. You know what they have there, man? I'm wondering if I should try to get it and flip it, but I think I would only be making like a slight profit, if not CGCing it. But anyways, they have Star Slayer number 2, which is the first appearance of the Rocketeer, apparently, for $35, I think it was. It's probably worth, they have it graded at a 9.2. It's raw, not CGC'd, but anybody local who's watching who might want that or want to flip it, maybe go get it. I don't know. It seems like Dave Stevens fans are like money bags, deep pockets. A lot of people will pay a lot for Dave Stevens stuff. It seems like undervalued that if it's first Rocketeer. I don't know why that one is not worth more. I think like super high grade ones are worth more or something though. Maybe it's one of those things where VF is like takes a real dive. Anyway, that's there for anybody. Maybe I'll try to, I don't know. You know what? I probably won't. It's too hard trying to make money with these for me, or it seems like I'm just too lazy. Anyways, the second appearance of Gru, Star Slayer number 5, maybe 3rd if you count ads, something like that. Okay, they have used trade paperbacks are $5 each or 3 for $10. So I always wait till there's like a multiple of 3. Unfortunately, I did miss out that they had like all the Y the Last Mans, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back there for them, but no, it wasn't there anymore. I seem to finish work there about like once a week, so I actually hit up this shop pretty often. I told them, you guys should have a just-in bin rather than me having to look through the entire stock every time. Well, I didn't mention that part, but they said, no, we don't want to. But you digging and digging. Anyway, 3 for 10. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, Criminal the Sinners. This is Criminal number 5 trade paperback. I haven't read these. These are nice, fun, fast reads. Ed Brubaker, Michael Lark, Sean Phillips, Scene of the Crime trade paperback. And Sin City Family Values. Real beat up, but still kind of cool. Okay, back to Mighty Comics. A stack of used comics that he sold me. There's like 11 or 12 in here, and it was $20 for these, so a little under $2 each for these. This he just kind of gives away free for kids though, because I guess a bunch of retailers got like 100 copies or something of these for free, or something weird like that. So I said, you know what? If you're still giving these away for free, I'll take one per visit, every 2 visits or something, and just put them in the Halloween box giveaway that I got going to. JoJo number 1. That's the first printing still too, isn't it? Wild. Maybe other printings might end up being worth more. That seems to be the case fairly often enough with modern stuff, that they're more lower print run and rare after a while. Anyway, Alf number 6, the sexiest face on earth. Haha number 6. Haha. I guess this is the team that Ice Cream Man works on. Ice Cream Man. I'm not familiar with that stuff, but I thought, why not give it a shot? It seems so hard to find Ice Cream Man or Haha. Or I mean, he said this is the team, so yeah. It looks like a Joaquin Phoenix ripoff or stand-in too. I saw, where is that? Take my word for it. Maybe I skipped past it by accident. The perils of not flagging stuff ahead of time. There we go. Yeah, that must be a little bit of a stand-in there. Ice Cream Man number 25. This was okay to me. I'm not sure if I'll be super looking for these, but it's probably not indicative of the quality of all their stuff just to read one random one. Probably general median or something. That was number 25. Mad number 6. I guess it's a reprint of an oldie. Marvel Comics presents Weapon X number 74. Yeah, always putting together a second set of that, you know that. Orphan and the Five Beasts from James Stokey or Stocco, number 1 and number 2. Ralph Snart number 1. This should be CG Seed. This has got to be worth something. I loved this from the series when I was a kid. We'll see how it holds up. Samari number... I don't see it. Number 3. This is Mark Beecham, isn't it? We better take time to showcase some fine art here. Don't you ever fucking judge me. They use really nice quality paper for this continuity stuff, right? So they kind of like, would they have Neil Adams on maybe cover and like first couple of pages, and they were kind of trying to get people to make art like him? I don't think Neil Adams was doing these though. These must be straight up Beecham, right? There's a certain stylistic choice prevalent throughout his stuff, maybe. Some violence too. That's cool. Worth noting here, there's yeah, something you gotta like the double lighting too. It's kind of maybe they were trying to be tasteful by putting this figure in shade. They could have lit it more dramatically, surely, to make it stand out more. Yeah, that double lighting is real nice. Nice shark. I was wondering if he uses models or reference for a lot of his like poses, but I wonder if he's just like, could you really have that much reference and poses? You don't really see, even though there's like similarity, I don't think I actually see the same poses repeated. Yeah, but what a guy. Okay, moving on. Some $2 Eerie, or less than $2. Eerie 122. Unfortunately, a lot of these, well, not unfortunately, but it seems like a lot of these are more like fantasy and sci-fi rather than horror. As far as genre goes, horror is probably my favorite. Eerie 132. Okay, moving on. Okay, more significant stuff. More of that older X-Men. It seems like this, the further you go back to like Days of Future Past or earlier than that, then the more like they're even mid-grade, generally like $15 or $20 each. So kind of a good price. Usually he seems like he's pricing these a lot, almost like they're a full grade lower, like not just from very to thing, but actually like if this was very fine, it's probably like a VG price and even like American, but though in Canadian dollars. So I just gotta do it. I'm just biting the bullet to get these before maybe, will these always go up in price? I try not to like worry about all that stuff too much, but I imagine they won't, or I imagine they won't go down, you know. Anyways, Uncanny X-Men 146, 149, 150, 159, 160. Getting to have like big runs of these now. 171. This is like, is this the when Rogue joins X-Men? Yeah. And Giant Size Annual number 9. Some of the first Adam Hughes, I believe, on X-Men. Okay, used trade paperbacks. After I'd read that first Darwin Cook Parker, I had to go back for the rest. But there's 4 in total, and I think I'm missing number 3. This is the second one, though, the outfit. Robert Duvall played him in the adaptation of this movie. The first one was pretty much like Payback and that old Lee Marvin movie, too. Big Lee Marvin fan. Picture big Lee Marvin fan. The outfit and book 4, Slayground. So I'll probably just order number 3 online. Seems like I'll definitely be keeping these in the collection. And Rachel Rising, the final, I believe, trade paperback, number 7, Dust to Dust. Okay, guys. We come to the part of the video which we lose a lot of people or in the past. New releases. So if you liked anything previously in the video, before you leave, please like, please click a like on my video. Sorry, my mouth is messing up there. Okay, have you done that before you leave? All right, thank you. Okay, new releases though, and I try to get good ones. Shit, I fucked up with the order. It's not alphabetical. I had it in like to read and read behind, so this one I haven't read yet. Heavy Metal number 2. These are thick as hell though, so when you get these, you kind of feel like you have to be like that kid in the backseat of your parents' car, just like with one book where you're just reading it for like hours or something, or in little chapters. These feel so thick, man. Like it'll actually take you a while to read each one. So they're a lot of people are like, man, $15. I'm not sure about that, but they are like pretty meaty. It just seems to me like they're very good, like standard heavy metal, but I wish they were a little bit more like divergent or weird. Or like, what's the word? Like discordant, like, yeah, you know, when things just are like a little bit off the wall, off the path, or whatever. Maybe they'll do that later, but I don't want to say they're playing it safe, but it seems like more kind of standardy heavy metal. And I've only read about like half of the first issue and like none of the second one at this time, so yeah. I'll be straight up with you. That's where it's at. But they're probably good. We'll see what do you guys think. Anyways, getting to stuff I did read now. I'm not that bad. Oh yeah, as an aside, I heard somebody say a stat that is like 70% of comic purchasers don't read their comics, that they just kind of like file them away when they get them. And when I heard that, I was like, what a bunch of stupid assholes. But that probably goes for me as well. That I don't actually like end up reading instantly stuff that I get. I kind of like to like almost organize stuff in the, you know, the den or whatever it's called. I don't like the term man cave, but like your entertainment room or whatnot, or your comic room, as if it's like a comic shop that you can just peruse different sections and be like, oh, I'll read this today. So anyways, Blood Type number 3. This continues to be fun. I do like this. Yeah, and what's his name again? Andrea Sorrentino, the artist. Fun writing, man, I must say. And the art, he does like cool layouts and designs. I guess he's kind of known for that. Like I said, I think he was the Gideon Falls guy. I don't know what else he's done, but it's good, moody atmosphere. I like the way that these flashbacks are handled too. So this still stays on the get list for me. It's not like it's not gonna blow your mind. You know, I always say that, but it's good. Like good pulp horror. villain point of view, and inventive writing and art. Enough for me to enjoy it and keep it. In the maybe pile though, I just keep like a sucker, like a retiree at the VLT machines, giving away my pension checks. I just keep getting these ECs. I got off the list of what's that shit called though? Cool Universe, because it was just too awful. I can't remember. I think I need to pay attention to the editor, but this is Catacomb of Torment. The editor of this would be Alison Gronowitz. John Arcudi on the first one. This actually was making me laugh and entertaining me. But I don't know if it's just the fact that so much of comics and these have been like far left propaganda that I was like, oh, this is funny. They're making fun of lefties, and this stand-up comedian is talking about voodoo dolls that's full of the two main characters who are gonna get comeuppance. That's racist. Haitian religions have been distorted and weaponized by the colonial patriarchy to dismiss black culture. There's nothing funny about the trafficking. Another thing, my doctor gave me some dried tiger schlong soup to help me out in the bedroom. Now I get an erection every time my cat purrs. There's nothing funny about the trafficking of endangered animal parts. It's, yeah. An effigy in voodoo is used for healing, not harming. The malicious parody of this practice was created by white men in Hollywood. Whoa, hold on there. That's right, you and your Nazi pals are always coming up with ways to marginalize minorities. This did entertain me, but am I just falling victim to that trap of being like, yeah, give them a taste of their medicine, the left. They were cancel culturing, now let them get cancel cultured and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be a sucker in that regard either. It's just, we shouldn't be demeaning ourselves anyway, either way around. But so, I don't know. Still timely, not timeless. So it's fine, decent horror, but not as it'll be like considering whatever. What's the fucking word? Depending on your mileage, it's good maybe, but it's not great, unfortunately. Never. These always just leave you like, I feel like a good, like those Zorro, right? They're satisfying. You feel like, oh, that was a delicious meal. Whereas all of these horror anthologies, it's like a bag of like chips where you're like, that chip almost had like good flavor on it. Maybe the next chip will have some good flavor, and it's just junk. And you're not going to be satisfied. But I don't know. Even David Lapham on the art here. These are all fine. I was reading old horror stuff. That was number 1. These are kind of like better than normal so far, it seems. These Catacombs of Torment. I was reading old stuff and like that Charlton and modern stuff. It was making me laugh. And I was wondering, am I just being like prejudiced? I'm going into it with like a bias and maybe a lightheartedness, and then that's why I can laugh at it, even though they're like silly, but they don't like insult your intelligence. They have like more person. This story is kind of good, actually. I like this one. Maybe just because I like this chick. It's kind of babified in it. But yeah, I was like, am I just being like a sourpuss and not open-minded enough? I was trying to see these with like a lighthearted humor or openness, but even still, I don't think they really quite hit that spot. But you're always like, maybe almost it was good. Almost it was okay. Just come on, give me another hit, baby. It's got to be right around the corner. Win there. But yeah. Stay away from these. I'm an idiot. I'm actually like trading away. I think I only kept out of like Epitaphs from the Abyss, Cruel Universe, Cruel Kingdom of like last year or two. I think I kept like less than 5 in total of all those complete runs. Maybe just like 2 or 3. Catacomb of Torment number 3, but I don't know. I'm just gonna sell them like in lots or something stupid. I'll be eating a loss though. I'll probably be taking a loss. It's pathetic. It's very embarrassing. Don't go through what I'm putting myself through. If you see them in like half off or dollar bins, though, maybe that's the way. Okay, Heat Secret Combustion. I forget which numbers these are, but these are like blind bag, cool outfit variants. I like these kind of better than the nude versions. I don't know. They look kind of nice. This looks. It almost looks like good pencil crayon or watercolor crayon or something. I don't know. I just kind of like these. I'm just collecting variants of these and then, like, you know, sell a set or two once in a while. Predator, Black, White, and Blood, number 2. Who did this variant? But I kind of like this variant. About what you would expect from an anthology. Again, luckily, okay, Joe Kelly, Alvaro Lopez. Secondly, Steve Fox and Philip Sevi, Curtis Baxter and Aki Bright. Luckily, the overarching continuing story is good. Like, if not for that, it would probably be, like, I would ditch these. Or again, maybe you want to just pay, like, half off or dollar bin stuff in the future. But these, it seems like nobody's really ordering these, but I have seen issue 2 around, surprisingly, but issue 1 wasn't. But as you'd expect, remember they're in this like mining town, corrupt mining town, and they have a captured predator that they use almost like a dog fighting or pit fighting, gambling and stuff. And along with this girl who they subjugate and kind of exploit and stuff. But as you would expect, I thought this would happen maybe in like chapter 3 or something. I don't know how. This is going to be a 4-issue series, right? So this is chapter 2, and already the predator is starting to escape and rebel, and of course join up with her. This is cool. I like the way that ripped that guy's head off with the chain. So I would have thought this would happen later, but I guess the story is just gonna rock right along. The other 2 stories, okay, this one's fine. Predator and like Wendigo or Abominable Snowman kind of crossover. Yeah, no, it's fine. This one, it's like a ninja chick. I never really like these when it's like humans teaming up with a predator and the predator is being like, you're badass. I think that should be reserved for very rarely and not like a regular thing. So, yeah. The second 2 stories, fine. The first one, though, I was more interested in, but I did like chapter 1 better. This just seemed kind of like what you'd expect. Did rip off that guy's head, though. I'll be sticking along with that. TMNT Journeys, number 1, by Peter Laird and Jim Lawson. This is the Eastman cover variant. Yeah, kind of old-fashioned. It's nice to see Peter Laird getting on the art and the duotone kind of stuff. He was kind of more of the sci-fi guy, I guess, it seems, and then Eastman was more of the kind of gritty, ground-level kind of crime guy. I think Laird was more like this kind of sci-fi action adventure, space opera type of stuff. So yeah, kind of good. Very lighthearted, very like innocent. It seems like Laird was more of that input too, if I'm not mistaken, on the original series. I kind of like, you know me, I like the gritty shit for the TMNT, but I'll stick around for this. It's still nice. Terminator number 10, the final issue of that Declan Shalvey and various artists run. I think a new series will start though pretty soon, but yeah, to avoid spoilers, I'll just say it was a good fitting conclusion, and I still stand by this series. I'll probably like reread it periodically, not to glean any kind of great meaning out of anything. How much of that can you do with a lot of comic series? But just as a fun, pulpy kind of like VHS, not quite B-movie, better than B-movie grade stuff. Yeah, fun series. I do like this one. I eat my words shitting on Dynamite. I've actually been getting a lot of Dynamite lately between like Zorro and Terminator and stuff, so they can have some good stuff. I eat my words. Gunsmith Cast Omnibus Book 2. A good manga, crime manga. Bounty Hunters, She's a Bomb Specialist. It's hard for me to look through this with and let's flip through a little bit. Basically, like, yeah, Kenichi Sonoda, one of the main guys doing the Bubblegum Crisis designs. Also, the Riding Bean cartoon, if you've ever seen that old anime, he did that. So, some of the same characters recurring here. What can I say? Oh, shit. Yeah, this has Raleigh Vincent actually naked in it, too. It's good. Finally. That's some fan service that you want for a long time before you finally get it. But I'd say these omnibuy, if that's the plural of omnibus, these are worth it if you like this. These are kind of like just fast action movie reads. And considering that this is 30 US, and depending on what your comic shop does for you, you'll be paying like maybe even less. And then in Canadian currency, that's like a very good value, because our currency is like we're paying less than our American compatriots or counterparts. But considering that, say 30 is probably like the normal aftermarket price per trade paperback of these on the net, and this probably has like three. This is probably equivalent to about 3 trade paperbacks per omnibus. So you kind of get like a very good value in these if you like omnibuy. Oh shit. Yeah. I prefer the old trade paperbacks, but they're hard as shit to get and pretty expensive unless you're very lucky or willing to pay. So recommend these if not. I'm not an omnibus guy just because it's hard for me. They're too hard to open wide. My widow hands. So I like smaller trade paperbacks myself. But just to like have them as like preserved in the more neutral room, the room where random plebs will hang out and stuff, these omnibuses are good enough for guests, scumbag guests to look at. Same thing with this Peter Bag Hate, the #1 omnibus. This has like 15 issues in it. I think the original series is about like 30, and then maybe annuals and odd stuff might be a third omnibus. So this also $29.99 US. Probably a good value as well if you want these. Per issue retail, you're looking at, normally it seems like about $4 or $5 per issue. So 15, that would be about like $60 plus a bunch of effort to put all this together in single issues. So yeah, good stuff, Pete Bag. Okay guys, that does it for the video. Thank you for watching. Chime in, let me know, talk. And I always like to hear anything you want to say. Yeah, a lot of catching up to do. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next one. Happy hunting out there. Hope you find wicked shit yourselves. Peace.